Hello and welcome to Winchester News Online. I'm Francesca Pritchard. Coming up today,
Diabetes
a look
is
into
a serious
Diabetes Awareness
condition where
Month,
your blood sugar levels, also known as blood glucose levels, are too high.
how one charity is fighting to make the roads safer,
I'll just point by there.
and
That's
all the
okay,
latest
yeah?
entertainment news, including a Winchester
They're
pantomime.
behind you.
This November is Diabetes Awareness Month. This year, Diabetes UK have joined the campaign to end the stigma around the condition. Diabetes, a diagnosis can come at any age, however some people are predisposed. Emily Byway tells us more.
What is diabetes?
Though most people will have heard of it, not everyone will understand exactly what diabetes is. To put it simply, it's when your blood sugar level is too high. There are two types, and the way it is treated depends on what type you have. Nearly 6 million people in the UK have diabetes, with 90% having type 2 and 8% having type 1.
Type 2 diabetes can be managed through lifestyle changes, like staying active and eating a healthy diet. For those with type 1, it's a little bit more complicated. People with type 1 diabetes have to calculate how much insulin they may need based on what food they eat and what activity they undertake that day. This can be done multiple times a day through insulin pens and pumps. While there is currently no cure for type 1 diabetes, these techniques can help it become more manageable. But for children like Jessica, it's a little bit more complicated.
Her blood sugars were about 33. Normal should be between 4 and 8. We were lucky, we were quite quick at getting on Dexcom, which basically allows us to see what her blood sugars are without actually doing finger pricks. No day is really the same as any other day. You can't tell a child that they can't go running about because their blood sugars are low. If a child feels like they want to go and run in a garden just because that's what they want to do. When they've got diabetes, obviously you have to try and pull them for that and give them some kind of sugary snack or drink before they do that. I mean, just the inconsistency of what their day is the biggest challenge.
That was Emily Byway speaking to Carl Campion about the diagnosis process and the way diabetes can affect children. With Rachel Reeves' budget statement due on the 26th of November, many are wondering what this means for the local community. Amelia Madden explains what the budget means for Winchester.
Rachel Reeves' nationwide plan to build 300,000 new homes means councils are having to dramatically increase housing in their areas. Winchester City Council did discuss a recent report into a housing development scheme in Micheldever that went over budget. This highlighted the need for lessons to be learned going forward into new schemes. With new affordable homes being promised in Winchester until 2032, the council agreed there was much more to be learned from the previous housing scheme's financial issues. Councillors were quick to point out queries that they had.
The striking omission in this 30-year business plan is no new homes past 2032.
The councillor's main argument when discussing this with other members of the council was that the housing scheme would take until 2032 to be fully finished. Therefore, it was nothing to be concerned about currently.
2032 is a way off. We've got jobs to do before then.
Greater emphasis on high performance, low carbon construction, even if this means slightly fewer units for you.
In terms of, Councillor Lee asked about repairs and maintenance, high carbon materials. Yes, of course, we always look for where we can reduce carbon.
All eyes are now on the Chancellor of the Exchequer to see what she has to say about housing and taxes in her budget announcement on the 26th of November. Amelia Madden, Winchester News Online.
Today marks White Ribbon Day. All around the country, people are raising awareness about gender-based violence and sexism. It is a time, particularly for men, to speak up and show their commitment to ending violence against women and girls. Our reporter, Celeste Haslam, has more.
The White Ribbon Day campaign is encouraging men to be change makers, with 63% of men agreeing that men in society aren't doing enough to ensure the safety of women and girls. They believe it is important to prevent gender-based violence by not letting things slide which may seem harmless.
I speak up.
I speak up.
I speak up.
We speak up for women and girls everywhere.
Speak Up Now, that is this year's theme for White Ribbon Day, aiming to encourage men to use their voices to call out sexism. The campaign are wanting people to share videos and photos online of them at work, with family and friends, sharing why they speak up for women and girls. And here at the University of Winchester, the Student Union are putting on their own video campaign, asking students and staff to film short clips of them saying their own White Ribbon Day pledge, a personal commitment to help end violence.
Over 1 in 4 women will experience sexual assault within their lifetime. It has so many consequences associated with it, and due to the rise amongst youth, that's why it's such a concerning problem and why it feels important to address it.
There is unfortunately still a lot of arguments that like society's culture towards victims of domestic abuse or victims of stalking is still not right where we want it at the moment. There's a lot of victim blaming language, so doing these things and challenging these can help obviously during things.
You can make your pledge by visiting whiteribbon.org.uk. Celeste Haslam, Winchester News Online.
Students are finding it harder than ever to find and maintain paid employment, and with the cost of living continuing to rapidly rise, it is more imperative than ever for them to find work. Tegan Davis investigates.
University students are facing increasing challenges in securing part-time work, as rising living costs make a steady income not just beneficial, but essential. According to Alex Wilson, president of the Winchester Student Union, the situation is difficult for students all over the country.
I would say in Winchester particularly, I'd just say for students around the country, it's been such a challenge, and we see that through the news at the moment, we see that through the government as well. There's just such a crisis about zones in that like students be able to sort of fund their students in parts of the nation's parts as well. Maybe zones aren't up to par, students are limited enough, and unfortunately do have work.
Here in Winchester, students are finding it increasingly difficult to get even part-time work, and for many, securing work is the difference between falling behind and keeping up with their studies. Recent survey figures highlight the scale of the issue, with 35% of students reporting that finding work in Winchester is extremely difficult. A further 31% are employed, but only outside of the city. Other students say that it is a challenge, but it is also doable, depending on the type of work you do.
A bit of a challenge, but I think maybe the job that I'm a nursery practitioner, and I don't think there's like a great deal of nurseries around, but after a bit of searching, I was able to find that.
Students do also have the option of applying to work for the Student Union. However, that too is competitive, which leaves students wondering, will it ever become easier for them to find employment? Tegan Davies, WINOL News Online.
Road Safety Week runs in November annually. This year it falls between the 16th and 22nd of November, with themes ranging from road safety heroes to safer roads for all. Each theme highlights different aspects of travelling on the road. Brake is the charity that campaigns change and runs the week. Rosie Merritt reports.
Going on 30 years, Brake has returned just in time for the dark months. This year's theme for Road Safety Week is Safe Vehicles, Save Lives.
Someone you love has been killed or seriously injured in a road crash. The charity Brake is here for you.
So Road Safety Week happens this time every year. We start on the World Day of Remembrance for road traffic victims, and then we have a day to remember those that have been killed on our roads.
A safe vehicle is described as vehicles that are designed to prevent road crashes and protect people if a crash does happen. With speeding being a big factor in 59% of all road deaths in 2024, Brake has pushed the narrative to help make more people aware when travelling.
Uses the road. We all have to use the road in our lives, whether you're driving a vehicle, whether you're on your bike, whether you're walking, whether you're using public transport. We all need a road to move around on, and so it's so important that we all have that kind of responsibility, and we take responsibility for our own safety, but also for the safety of other people around us. In Hampshire, in 2024, there was an 8.6% increase in people being killed or seriously injured from 2023.
With the street lights coming on earlier and a chance of ice, organisations like Break are campaigning for safety on the roads, especially in places where cars and pedestrians coincide. Rosie Merritt, Winchester News Online.
Have you added anything to your basket in readiness for Black Friday? Like every year, many people are anticipating this week's big deals and discounts. What most people won't have heard of is Buy Nothing Day, which also falls on the 28th. Our reporter, Mariella Southern, joins us now to tell us more.
Well, I'm sure we're all aware of Black Friday, which is taking place this Friday on the 28th of November. But in more recent years, Black Friday deals have expanded to the whole last week of November, with some even creeping in right at the start of the month. And some data suggests that people actually put off buying things until this week so they can benefit from the discounts. According to the Office for National Statistics, retail sale volumes dropped by 1.1% last month, which may not seem that significant, but some retailers are attributing this drop to people putting off buying things until this week.
What are some of the negative impacts associated with Black Friday?
Around 1.5 million tonnes of waste, half of which comes from the packaging alone.
And what can you tell us about Buy Nothing New Day?
Well, in order to combat the environmental impacts, Buy Nothing New Day is a campaign run by Reuse Network, and they're an organisation that support reuse charities across the UK to help tackle climate change and alleviate poverty. I spoke to the marketing manager this morning.
This was a campaign that we started 8 years ago, really to encourage people to ditch Black Friday and choose to shop secondhand. A recent study actually from this year showed that around 22 million items of furniture are thrown away every year, which is mad when you think about the fact that there's a lot of people out there who also can't afford to furnish their homes and could make good use of this furniture. So Buy Nothing New Day is really a call to the public to think about who they're shopping with and who they're supporting.
You can buy nothing new this Black Friday by visiting their website and entering your postcode to find your local charities.
Thank you, Mariella. For several years, the ticket buying experience for live events has been a point of tension for fans and the industry alike, often raising questions about fairness, access, and who really benefits from the sale process. As changes to the system are rolled out, many are wondering how they'll play out in the near future. Our reporter, Kieran Tibbett, has been exploring how people are digesting the news and what it could mean for the future of shows.
The doors are open, the stage is set, and the show is about to start. But with the excitement comes a price. How much you're willing to pay to see your favourite artist perform live. The government has introduced a new cap on resale ticket prices to end years of inflated secondary pricing in the ticket market. The new rules mean it's illegal to resell a ticket for over face value, and resale platforms will also face limits on how much they charge for tickets.
It used to be a really exciting time and filled with adrenaline, but now people just are filled with fear and dread. I just hate the thought of people getting tickets solely for the purpose to make money from them. No one's benefiting other than those mean people. It's not like the artist gets any extra money or the promoters or anyone that puts the hard graft into putting the events on.
The government says its crackdown on ticket touting could deliver major savings for fans. Their own analysis projects an annual saving of £112 million. That works out a roughly £37 save per ticket on average when resale prices are limited to the original cost.
I don't think tickets should be sold for more than face value. I understand that maybe people want to get their booking fees back and stuff, so that's fine, a certain percentage on top, maybe 10%. But if it means that a ticket can be sold to someone else and a venue can be full and someone else can experience the show, then yeah, tickets should be resold.
With fans hopeful this change will make a difference, the debate over how to keep ticket prices fairer is far from over. Kieran Tibbett, Winchester News Online.
Now, time for your latest local pop culture with a WINOL exclusive interview.
Good afternoon, I'm Isabel Jones with your WINOL Entertainment. This week has been huge for the entertainment scene, but first, have you ever done the stanky leg and popped a knee? Well, it seems that this week the Strictly stars and judges just can't stop injuring themselves. Shirley Ballas said she couldn't breathe for 20 minutes after choking on a fishbone. Fish and chips, I assume? Well, this happened right before the Saturday night show was due to go live. She praised Jane, her makeup artist, for knowing the Heimlich manoeuvre, and she has now vowed to learn it herself. And Alex Kingston's daughter revealed on an Insta comment that the dancer was shimmying her way through with a dislocated rib on Saturday. since she has reassured fans that she is fine and it's part and parcel of being a dancer on Strictly. But from grace and glamour to bucket hats and raves, well, you might be able to hear the bass soon in Winchester as Boomtown has announced their festival lineups, meaning the likes of Shaggy, Skrillex and Madness will be fueling the energy at the 2026 festival. Now that's sure to be a house full of fun. Festivals, exhibitions. Just an hour and a half away from Winchester, some of the nation's childhood favourites will be on display. Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep will be part of a new exhibition early next year, curated by the Aardman Animations at the Young V&A in London.
That's it, cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese.
What's that? I think I can hear some jingle bells. That means that the Theatre Royale is due to make their Christmas panto debut later this week. So put them claws away and let's find out the importance of pantomime in local theatre from the people behind the magic of Puss in Boots.
Yeah, we're really excited. Puss in Boots is our traditional family panto this year. 61 performances, opens on the 29th of November and runs to the 4th of January. Really exciting time for us at Theatre Winchester because panto brings the building alive. You know, it's everyone's here to have a good time.
Have you sold many tickets so far and how's that going?
Yeah, it's selling really, really well actually at the moment, which is great. Particularly for theatres, you know, not just us, but theatres across the land. Actually, panto is a key moment in the year for us. I think my favourite bit is when the schools arrive because, you know, their excitement. We get some schools who turn up, they've made their own tickets, you know, they all come with little hats on, or, you know, some schools really invest in their trip to us, and it's just wonderful to see.
And for anyone who's playing around with the idea of coming to see, what would you tell them?
Come along. It's a really traditional panto. It's written for us with original music. There's lots of audience participation, lots of booing and hissing and singing along. It's really good fun. No matter what age you are, come along.
They're behind you! What? Where? Me? Well, unfortunately, that's all the entertainment we have time for today.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.